Hi, this is Drew with Ruckus Construction. Today I am cutting in on some trim that I painted a couple days ago, and if you stay tuned, I have a quick tool tip to show you how to DIY your way to some clean paint lines. So my neat little tool tip of the day is this Shur-Line Edger from Home Depot. I believe they are $3, or just under $3. And typically people buy these, get frustrated with using them, and end up throwing them away and resorting back to masking or using a cut-in brush. Me personally, I don't like masking. It takes way too much time, and you don't always get a clean edge, especially if you have somebody else helping you mask that doesn't understand how to mask. Using a cut-in brush, it's a process. I mean, if you're not familiar with doing it and you haven't had some practice, it can be a headache, and you end up wasting a lot of time as well. And the brushes are, $10 a piece or so, or more. This $3. They have another one that's got a little flip down guard for the wheels. I like this one. The pads are another like $2-something, $2.50, $2.60 for refills. So if you wear this one out that comes with it, you just go pick up another couple of refills for a couple bucks. Very cheap, very easy, and if you use it properly with the tricks I'm going to show you, you'll get some awesome results and save you a lot of time. So getting down to it, the first tip I have to say is this tool will work phenomenal if you keep this front end clean. As long as you keep this front clean, the wheel wells, keep paint out of those, keep paint out of this front edge gap, this tool will work wonders. The trick to that is how much paint you load into it, how much pressure you put on the wall when you're applying the paint, and the technique for using the tool, all of which I'm going to show you. So when I load this with paint, I'm using a 5-gallon bucket. You can use a paint tray if you like. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to dip the edger down into the paint, and I'm just setting the bristles in the paint and giving it a little wiggle, and I'm going to pull it out. I want to make sure I don't set the front into the paint, because like I said, we want to keep that clean. And you can see the bristles are pretty loaded, or the pad is pretty loaded. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the edge of the bucket and just drag off most of that, because we want paint in there, but we don't want a lot of paint in there, because when we put it against the wall and apply pressure, it's going to squeeze out. And if it squeezes out in the wrong place, along that front line especially, then we're going to mess up our edge. And sometimes I'll even put a little pressure on the front edge just to make sure there's not a lot of paint up there. So that looks about good for me. Let's go show you the techniques. So here in the closet, this is where I'm at right now. I have a little paint run that somebody missed, we'll have to fix, but when using the Shur-Line Edger, I usually like to start an inch or two out away from the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the wall straight and make contact with the wheels, and putting even pressure back here on the handle, I'm going to drag it down and straight, making sure the wheels keep contact with the edge. back off and go up. And you can see here I missed a little bit. That's okay. I'll start up a little higher and come in, approach the trim, and drag down, applying a little pressure. Let up on pressure. And then when I leave the wall, I'm going to come straight out away from it. And the reason for that, when using this tool, you want to come straight in and straight out, or when you approach it, you want the edge of your tool to be parallel with the edge of the trim. So as you leave, you can leave at an angle, but you want to leave parallel at an angle. You want to leave straight away. You don't want is that the corners come into contact with the edge as you leave or as you approach the trim. Reason being is that corner has paint on it, and when you come in contact with the wall, it pushes paint up on that corner. And if you're going down and I come into contact, I push paint up into the corner, and then it picks up on the wheels, and then we drag it down the side of the trim. We don't want to do that. Vice versa with the top. If we come into contact there, we put paint on the wall. As we come up, we push the paint up along the edge of the trim, making a mess. So, there's a quick tutorial on how to use the edger. If you have any questions, comments, post them down below. If you have anything else you want to learn, any ideas for a video, let me know. Thanks. One quick thing I wanted to show you. I forgot to say it in the last clip. When using the edger, applying pressure is extremely important. Applying the right amount of pressure is even more so important. It's very easy to apply too much pressure towards the front, and what that does is it squeezes paint out along this front edge, and then that gets up into the rollers and tracks down on the side of the trim. So when you're using this, you want to make sure that you are applying even pressure. And I like to keep my hands back here on the handle and just pushing down on the handle, and that seems to give me pretty even pressure all the way down, and as I'm swiping. If you're getting spots along the front where you're getting missed spots, to see if it can do it. You see how it's starting to miss a little bit there. You can lean a little bit into the front as you drag it back up, but not too much, because you don't want to squeeze that paint out into the front. That's it, Shur-Line Edger. Home Depot is where I got it. I'm sure you can buy them other places, but that's just where I got mine. Thanks.